I'm here with Yoni from Temple of Gainz. We're at HomeGym Con. Yoni, tell me a little bit about Temple of Gainz.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
good to meet you in person. I'm Yoni, Temple of Gainz. Started the company about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Followed kind of
Primarily machines.
yes,
right?
followed my path in fitness where I was powerlifting, kind of pretending to powerlift for a while. And I just decided I want to do more bodybuilding stuff. So I started going to commercial gyms, but I always had a home gym. Like, I want really small, space-efficient machines for my own home gym.
Yep.
I brought in a bunch of machines myself, was surprised by how good they were, but they needed a few things here and there. So that's kind of what led me down this path where I was starting to like sell what I brought in that can fit. People are like, hey, if you could get me this, I'll pay this. If you get me this, I'll pay this. So I was like, there's an idea here.
Yeah.
So I brought in a bunch of stuff and just kind of taken off from there.
Yeah.
Something that I think sorry.
No, I was gonna say, and now it's all
Now they're
this.
here.
Yeah. How many machines do you have in your
Oh
like?
my God, I don't even know. I
Yeah.
think we have 7 Selectorized and about 15, 16, 17 plate loaded.
And always
many.
looking to expand. We'll
Yeah.
kind of show off some of the newest stuff here in a second.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So yeah, tell me.
So we have kind of the plate loaded stuff this side. I brought the pendulum squat version 3, isolateral row, T-bar row, pullover, and this guy we'll get to maybe in a little bit.
Second.
This is the leg press hack squat. It's not out yet, but coming very soon.
Now this is one I've really been interested in. The pendulum squat. Do you mind if I hop in?
Go
You,
for
like
it. Yeah,
walk,
so
walk me through
I put this here. Let's set
little
you up.
squat wedge. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give you like a quick overview.
Yeah.
It's adjustable forward, backwards, and it's also adjustable the angle.
Forward, backwards, meaning this is the
The
maxi
foot
here?
plate. The foot plate.
Okay,
Yeah.
the foot plate.
So-
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you can try it out, and we can fix
Yeah.
this. So when you get off, you just disengage here, and you can get a nice deep full stretch on that.
This is so, for someone who's tall like me and squats are such an awkward movement because of all my angles and levers, this is
Yeah.
very nice.
So we have some weight here on the counterbalance arm,
Yeah.
which modifies the resistance curve, makes it easier. I mean, it's more technical than that, but that's kind of an overview, right?
Yeah.
But you can adjust the weight that you put there. So the heavier you go, kind of the lower the starting position.
Now, is it set as far as like in and out? I don't know if it was Prime or someone, maybe
Prime has an adjustable arm. We don't.
Okay, so it's fixed, but
Yeah,
still, I mean,
it is
you
fixed.
pick the weight,
Yeah.
counterbalance it.
This is my thing. There's so many adjustments. When you start to have too many adjustments, in my opinion, I mean, Prime makes absolutely incredible stuff. It's like, I like to keep it simple because then it's easier to track too. You know, I had 90 pounds here. Last week I did 10 reps with 45. Then I
was
did 8
on
reps at 60.
height 8,
Yeah,
angle
you have
3.
to write it down. And it's also like doing the physics calculation to figure out. It's a counterbalance.
Yeah.
Like a lot of what I think defines the brand is try to keep things a little simple.
Yep.
Too. Just the straightforward machine, adjustability, but not like overly adjustable.
Yep.
What's nice is you can adjust this foot plate forward or backwards, right? See, you're a tall guy.
Yep.
You got it here.
It's on some sort of linear bearing type thing.
Yeah, linear
Cool.
bearings here. And then the angle is also adjustable.
Nice.
Yeah. So we just kind of leave it where we think best people are going to.
That's a good angle adjustment too. Like that's a lot.
Yeah, so you have that.
Seat is fixed though, and then a couple different heights I'm looking at to
That's
start
something
at.
cool that we did for version 3 is that on version 2, this was just one long weight horn.
Yeah.
On this one, you could actually put a bracket here or there, and then you could put this up against a wall.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't even have to put any of these horns. And this
That's
is also
really cool.
bolted on, the counterbalance.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily even have to have that on.
Wow.
So if you wanted to, you could really have this machine against a wall, and it only goes from here to here.
Yep.
Whereas Pendulum version 2 was very fixed.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have the space, you'd still have to have that horn going through the other side.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring the brackets, but you could just bolt this to the bracket on the other side. Basically.
And one of the things I've seen people play around with, I don't know if it's Matt Pendergraph who has, does he have one of these?
Yeah, with the Voltra on the back.
Voltra on the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Is it just one of the strap mounts to the frame and, and up here?
I have a Voltra. I have never used it, but I just haven't had the time to get into
no,
it.
I mean, you're talking about just another layer of like complexity.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So, and it's hard because like, you know, you get the people who want to do that.
Right.
Like, you know, especially probably some of the people here, they're like, how can I put a Voltra on the ceiling and, you know, like, you know, climb up and whatever, but
Spider-Man the Voltra.
exactly. But the average person is like, okay, does it work? But I think it's just cool to have options like that. So
it's I think it's an incredible, like I didn't want to like it. I started using it or just kind of like playing around with them. Like, this is very cool. Yeah, I just have such little time right now that for me, working out is how do I get in and out as quickly as possible?
100%.
But yeah, I'll show you actually building Voltra integration to the Quadsend.
Yep.
But one more cool thing about this is if you want even more kind of adjustability,
there you go.
you have that lip here, so you could have.
When you had that there, I was like, oh, is that just for something else? But
Yeah.
so that's really cool. Yeah.
Kind of makes more sense maybe at a lower angle.
Yeah.
But nice that you have that option there.
Yeah, for sure.
So now, Walkie, we do real quick through here. We have a nice plate loaded row. Pretty popular if you want to try this guy out.
Mrs. Jungle Gym Reviews probably knows I've had at least 2 of these. One I think was the Frey Fitness, which was probably a very generic import version of this. And then 2, I finally went and got the Hammer Strength one because
you got the
So
let's see how it compares.
I don't have it anymore. I unfortunately had to sell it back when moving downsizing originally to a single car garage gym, which is now a 3-car studio.
I'm sure she's happy about that.
Yeah.
I see her shaking her head.
Actually does feel really good.
Nice.
I like the knurled handles. Do you include these by default, or is it?
We pay for them and add them.
And you do the
it comes with their knurled handles, but yeah.
The amount of people I've seen doing this.
Yes, you get a nice standing too if you walk closer and get the chest.
All the way in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little, you got to lower the seat a little bit.
I was gonna say.
So you
have a spring on here.
Yeah, so you just kind
The
of
Hammer Strength one does not have.
Yeah,
that. See,
it's nice because going up is going down. You kind of get used to it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, no, it's sleek. I like the powder coat is like almost like a matte black gray, kind of looking thing too. Do this one. Oh, it's great. Yeah,
Thank you.
this is fantastic.
So this is one of the more esoteric, unique machines.
Hotel, actually, there was a Nautilus Nitro. I was just
Really?
It was yesterday.
Wait,
but
at Galt House?
at Galt House.
I gotta try it out.
Yeah, I
So-
couldn't get in it. I couldn't get in it right, and because they have like a foot.
So one of the things that
thing
this
to start-
machine doesn't have is the kickstart pedal.
Yeah.
Which is a nice thing to have, but it would make it a bigger machine and probably more expensive. It's at a pretty nice starting position.
Yeah.
And you can adjust the height, which gets you kind of where you want to go.
Some of these I've seen that this bar, actually the Nautilus one, is like too far back. Like I'm 6'2" and I couldn't grab the bar behind me. I was like,
I think this is a nice.
So
try it out. See what you think.
And how tall are you? What, 6
I'm
foot?
5'10". No.
Oh, okay.
With shoes on, maybe.
You're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's a nice thing anyone's ever said to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, you can actually grab this.
I'm just gonna
Oh yeah, go ahead. Feels great. Ooh. Fantastic. I didn't even have the seatbelt in. So it's got a little, is this a cam on here? Or is this perfectly circle? So I was looking at the side here to figure out if this was a little bit of a cam, but it looks like it is. I mean, I guess it's kind of a cam because it is a circle, but gives you that little bit of change in resistance. Nice. I was trying to see if this was a cam or not.
It's very linear. I tried to measure it.
It feels good though.
It's just a nice machine, and it's not that big.
You're like, you're weakest back here.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if like, I don't have great, like I've had shoulder problems. So like reaching over my
some of those machines, and even with the kick, you have to kind of like get it back.
Yeah.
And then you still have to bring it back.
Yeah.
So if it's like, it's a good starting point.
No, but then what I was gonna say though is it felt to me like the curve of it felt normal. That's what I was gonna say. So I've used some machines where just, I don't know, it just feels like there's too much tension, then maybe not enough at the bottom. But it allowed me to like, really like pull through.
Again, simple.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
As nice as it is to complicate resistance curves and adjustments, like it just feels good.
Yeah.
That's all you need sometimes. This is really nice T-bar row.
Yeah.
Super popular just for home gyms.
Yeah.
This adjusts. Articulating handles, forward, backward, left, right. Also rotates. we've got it a little bit tight, but you can sort of loosen the bolts and decide how.
Yeah, cool.
Like I like it a little bit more fixed, right? Because it's not forward, backward you're going to want, but I like to kind of find it here, but you could loosen the bolts and figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
And then you have a height adjustment for the foot plate. So something that was V2 about this machine is the laser cut numbers.
Yeah.
Like what I'll like to do is I'll put this really high and then go narrow, like more lat based.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll put this really low and then go wide, more like upper back.
Cool.
That just lets you remember. And then for V2, we added this step.
Nice.
Because I noticed that people were kind of having trouble getting onto it.
Yeah.
So otherwise you were kind of in this weird, weird dance to get up.
Yeah.
So it's a cool machine as well.
Cool.
So that's all the plate loaded stuff.
Yeah.
We got here.
Do you get a lot of people? So like these are something
surprisingly
I see on Marketplace all the time. I see it on Marketplace all the time, and I've always like, oh yeah, I'd want one, but like making the dedicated.
Look how small this is. This is
narrow.
2 by like 4, I think. So one thing about it, it doesn't have a rear support, so you have to step on before you use it. Otherwise, right? Yeah. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But nice adjustability. What I did for version 2 is you have, like regularly you would use it on this platform, right? But I found myself kind of using the bottom one, so I extended this pad all the way here.
Oh, yep.
And you could get like those old Atlantis, I think it's Atlantis machines that that are at that angle, or Icarian. I think there's an Icarian machine that's at an angle, so that's really cool.
Yeah. No, that's one cool thing. Like I find myself the same way, and actually, you know, I'm on the review side of things, which is like I might use it maybe just a little bit differently, or I have like a specific thing in mind how I would want to use it.
Yeah.
So like, you know, to you, or most people want to use a top step, and you're like, yeah, but I like to lean forward like maybe more than the average person. So that's the kind of cool stuff that goes into this that makes it unique in your own.
And that's the thing. I use everything. I know it doesn't look like it, but when I have time, I use everything. And that was one of the things I noticed. I mean, essentially the factory model had this little pad right here. Yeah. And I would put a pad here to get that lean. I'm like, make this longer. Yeah. And the factory model had handles here. Yeah. Like no one wants to do that.
I know. Some of these things I noticed that same thing, and I'm like, who does this when they do the movement?
Look, you know, I make no pretense about where everything's coming from. There's a mix of stuff that I try to design. There's a mix of stuff that I can just get. Yeah. But I started the company because what I got was 90% of the way there. Like the machine is excellent. It's compact. Just these little things need to change. Yeah. And when you change them, it takes it from really good to great. Yeah. That's kind of what we've been trying to do. Yeah. This, I don't even think we need to show. Lat pull down, low row. Yeah. Really nice. Compact. I think that this is probably the most ubiquitous machine other than a rack. We have a rack that I didn't bring. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to bring what everyone else is bringing. Yeah. So we didn't bring the rack, but I mean, you could try it, but it is. Yeah. Leg extension prone, super popular. Yep. I like prone curls. I know seated is all the rage.
It's funny, prone used to be my favorite for a long time, and now I'm back to seated. But I think I go in like these like biannual like phases where it's like, oh, I just want variation.
Yeah, so get both. So really quick switch. And what's nice, because it's an extension, a lot of prone machines start at kind of the wrong spot, right? They'll be like here. Yep. And then no matter what you do, you can't get a great stretch. Yep. But because it's an extension, you could start it, you know, pretty low.
Super low, yeah.
So when you're actually starting,
that's the problem, is either you got to put something under your hips, right? Or like, so I've tried the little
you kind of
pad.
You find that, you know, where you're already at a nice stretch, right? Yep. So full range of motion, really nice.
Yeah, I work as a Life Fitness, one of the fixed prone, and same thing.
Yeah, if it's too high, like it's starting.
I got one of the Hustler pads to put underneath it. Yeah. Even then, it's like hard to like start it and put it behind. Do you mind if I hop in real quick?
Yeah, go for it. Okay. I guess if you wanted me to make an adjustment, I could do it.
No, I mean, I can, as you said, I can start it lower. Okay. But yeah, so basically you can get as much of a stretch as you want with like pretty much snapping your knees off. I like it. Cool.
So we have hip abduction, adduction, and this is what I joke about this machine. I've had so many guys be like giving me excuses why they want to buy it. Like, dude,
explain it to you.
I just, you know, I think this could really help me with my squats, or this could, like,
You're like, dude,
there is no,
Yeah.
it's a great machine.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to be embarrassed to buy this machine, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful machine.
that's funny.
And I like to just use it, when you have it in the adduction mode, just to stretch.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'll kind of like go, those rotary stretch machines.
Yeah.
But it's just really nice. And yeah.
I was just gonna say, so this is one of the machines that I've seen like pop up in the last few years, and yours is the one that I see the most out of everyone's.
Thank you.
Partly probably because also the Atlantis one is astronomically expensive.
Crazy expensive.
So
and the Panada is crazy expensive.
yeah, exactly. So
let me walk you through.
tell me about it. I've never used one. The closest I've come is the Bolt Fitness has an attachment for this.
Okay.
For their racks, but it's plate loaded.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's compromises to that, but like a dedicated machine, I'm interested to try.
What's nice about a cable machine is just essentially a linear resistance, right? And that's the reason why these are becoming more popular as people get into resistance curves, strength curves, whatever. At a dumbbell versus a band versus a cable.
Yep.
You have different manipulations of where you are and all that fun stuff. So if you started with a lot of pre-stretch, you're essentially getting a nice linear resistance curve all the way through.
And you can cross them without them like just banging up against each
So
other?
what I did here is I put a little bit of UWWW.com, right?
I've put that on plenty of things.
Yeah, so I put it here just because if you do cross it over, they are going to get banged up.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yep.
But I've tried.
I would take that compromise for extra.
Yeah, exactly. But what's nice is now you can get like a really all the way through, right?
Oh yeah.
And you don't need a lot of weight on this.
Yeah.
In fact, we used to have it so that the top two plates were bolted.
Yeah.
Because the handles kind of counterweight we don't have a counterweight on the actual dial.
Yep.
But now you can use the 5 kilogram setting because people are like, I want to be able to use the lightest weight.
Yep.
It doesn't take a lot of weight to do this. Now, a few fun things I figured out. I was wondering, how am I going to get a bicep pump at the show? I'm going to lower it a little bit.
Was that handle always there in the V1?
The Earl?
Moving it?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I just never noticed it. There you go.
You got to find like the right angle. We got a bicep curl machine.
Yeah. And it's like pretty, it's a little more fixed path.
Yeah. There's a lot of just like things you could try out.
Yeah.
Tricep extension?
Yeah. Do you ever do pec flies facing the other way? Like
I saw someone do it, and I think he just didn't know that you weren't supposed to do it that way. But that's not really the way.
I was trying to think depending on how you're
and then
standing.
obviously,
Yep.
I don't like to put my head on the pad, but you can.
Yeah, depending on if you wanted.
Yeah.
You mind if I give it?
Yeah, of course. So we have this pretty tight, right?
Yeah.
When it's your machine, your gym, you kind of decide how you want it. For safety reasons, we just have it a little tighter than usual, so it's not going to be flipping over and hitting anyone in the head.
Yeah. No, this is the one I'm definitely interested in trying. So, all right. So, that's behind. That one's gonna do this. Okay, that is interesting. So you can, depending on how it's kind of fixed once you. I see what you're saying. So you have it a little tighter, moving. I see it. Got it. Do you find when you, see around here? Nope. All right, let's flip to chest fly. Somewhere up here. I think that's close enough. I will give this a go here. Oh, we're gonna get a pump in, and it is hot here. All right, so we can go through this, and then we can be.
All right, here we go. This is the Quadsend.
The Quadsend.
And I believe.
Now, why'd you name it that?
because it's Quad's gift to mankind.
There you go.
It's it. This is something. You could call it a passion project. You could call it my baby. I don't know. But
And when is it available?
it's
Like I see it here.
good
but
question.
when can someone buy
Thank
it?
you. Almost like we had this planned.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Kickstarter. Reason
Okay.
is, I don't know how many to bring in.
Yep.
I need the money to produce them.
Yep.
So we shot a video to introduce the machine.
Okay.
We did a full, photo shoot at the warehouse, video shoot, and I'm hoping to have it on Kickstarter in about 3-4 weeks.
Okay. And then if you hit a certain amount, that's enough to start manufacturing X amount of them?
Yeah.
How do people reserve?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? That's
so
like-
it's going to basically, a lot of Kickstarters have a goal and you could contribute.
Yep.
It's basically just going to be, if you want it, you buy it. We might have like small gifts.
Yeah.
If you want to just contribute $10, $20, we would get a Temple of Gainz flag or something.
Yep.
But the reason I'm doing that is twofold. One, you get on the Kickstarter early,
Yep.
there's going to be better pricing.
Okay.
I floated some numbers around. I have to see, obviously, tariffs have been a thing. They still are. People think it's done, but not really. Shipping prices are super high, so I need to find the right price for us. I'm thinking somewhere between $34.99 and $39.99, somewhere around there.
Okay.
To start, and then the production model will be a little bit higher, but it's the same machine.
Now, I was going to say, how does that compare to where my mind starts going immediately when I see this?
Yeah.
Bolt Fitness Supply, I could
good
have
question.
so 4 of these.
Yeah. Let me walk you through.
Yeah.
The design goal of this was zero compromise.
Yep.
Meaning it's not a small machine.
It's a massive footprint.
It is a massive machine.
I'm
707 pounds is what we weighted at.
Yeah.
With all the drippings on it.
Yeah.
Right. So you have here a gigantic footplate, 36 by 24, so heavy that it's hydraulic assisted. But for how heavy of a footplate it is, I mean, how many things have you tried to adjust that have just been too heavy? So you have this awesome hydraulic footplate.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
We're in leg press mode, so we'll kind of start there.
Yeah.
The goal of this machine was really range of motion.
Okay.
Like truly all I wanted was big foot plates, great range of motion. I'll get on it just to demonstrate, then obviously.
Yeah, you or me, either one.
So leg press, I like it lower. Okay. And the other thing is I like when platform is a little more angled.
Yep.
Because you see people trying to put squat wedges and stuff, so you can actually angle it one more, get all the way back here.
Yeah.
We designed it that way. I'll take out the safety stop. In fact, there's so much range of motion, there's gonna be 2 included. One's gonna be like this and one's like this.
A mini one and a long one. Yeah.
Because I think that some people want to have a little bit more of a higher safety,
Yeah,
but
100%.
even at the highest setting here, people are gonna bottom
Yeah.
out. So I'll put it, could even take it out too.
Okay.
So we'll kind of start there. Step in. One cool thing we can start with this is, I also designed it so that there'd be calf raises on both sides.
Okay.
So you disengage the handles.
Yep.
And it feels kind of like a rotary calf or a donkey calf.
Yep.
Where your, feet are sort of in front of you or behind you like that. So you get a nice calf raise. Then we lower
Is there
it
a
down.
weight horn on the back too, or just up
No,
top? Okay.
no.
And that's how you get part of the range of motion.
Then
though.
you get,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't go lower than that, right? So,
Well, I've seen actually, I have the Force USA, more economical friendly version in my garage. That one is a pretty good range of motion, and part of the reason they're able to do that is because the foot plate is lower. Some of these companies, they put it higher on this trolley.
there's a lot of stuff that we did that
with the weight
that I
holds.
don't even want to say because there's a lot of unique little innovations that make it different. You want to try the leg press? And we'll
Yeah,
switch
sure.
over to the hack
Don't
squat.
give away some of the trade secrets. And I don't know if you made this on purpose, but you can almost kind of
100% on purpose. I like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's definitely versions that are hard to get in and out because, man, I do love having the foot plate more up. It
Makes a big difference, right?
so many of these machines, it's bad, honestly. Oh, we're not warmed up for this at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, this was so long. Yeah, I am.
Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Oh, people can do super ROM on here, that's for sure.
I hope. Yeah. So that's the leg press.
All right.
Now let's do hack squat.
Yeah.
To me, a lot of these combo machines do leg press as well. It's the hack squat where they suffer because there's a few innovations we figured out. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking, but spent a lot of time just getting the hack squat range of motion down and down. Like that was the project. You're an engineer. You always have a goal and that you're working towards. For us, it was a game of inches. How do we It's a lot of that's what she said jokes.
Yeah.
How do we get this?
This isn't Gluck's channel. We can't do that.
So first thing is a quick adjust here.
Yeah.
Then obviously the foot plate.
Yep.
Hydraulic. I like it at the highest angle for the hack squat.
Yep.
So
I do as well.
now the back pad, I wanted to have two different options. I've seen some with a pin.
Oh,
I've
so you can
seen
both.
some that flip.
Yeah.
Why not do
see it,
both?
Yeah.
So you can flip it over, and it's a little bit too steep of an angle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it angled more because I don't want people
Yeah.
moving the hack squat plate down. And I mean, this is why we did the prototype,
Yep.
because by testing it, that's how I've kind of learned what we need to change. So you can remove it if you want. Now, step on however you want. And first thing you'll notice, I left a gap here for standing caps.
Yeah.
So I want it to be like a 4-in-1.
Then you don't need a little like attachable pipe
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
and it's
right?
still low enough. You know, we kind of really worked on this measurement
Yeah.
so that I don't think most people are gonna be starting hack any lower than this.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of
Unless you got some crazy ankle range of motion.
And if you're doing that, you're probably doing more like a sissy squat thing where you're pushing off your toes anyway. So now that we're in here, disengage.
Wow.
I mean, I can't
It
go lower.
literally goes.
Yeah. And on the
I
production,
see there's like 4 more inches on the linear. What?
yeah.
Is it hitting anything?
We actually made a mistake in like one thing by 2 millimeters, so it'll be about an inch lower on the production.
Oh wow.
So you get really nice range of motion.
I see the pads are angled just a little bit.
Yeah.
Shoulder pads.
Pads are contoured. You have these nice knurled handles. And I mean, sled's heavy, right?
Yeah.
I'm already getting.
I know that it is the most humbling thing in the world when I go from that.
And one more thing, for taller guys like yourself, I noticed, you know, I'm not tall.
Yeah.
But I needed one more vertical stop, so we're adding one more right about here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I've actually.
Because right now it's a little bit too low. But for leg press, it's totally fine. But for hack squat, so you want to try this out?
It does make it a little uncomfortable when you like, you know, you finish your set and then you're like, I'm going down, down, down.
Yeah. I know your legs are still.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll have to figure out where I want my feet and all this. That's crazy. Still going. Wow. What angle is this? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'll do a couple of these.
I don't know how I didn't even mention that. 37.5 degrees.
Because I like that. I think most of the ones I've used are 45 or 4.
Yeah.
It feels noticeably different. Like
So something that I looked at a lot.
I feel it way more in my
tested a lot of-
quads than like.
Yeah, most of them you're like feeling your back.
Yeah, no, seriously. And well, that was the other thing. Some of these machines, they don't support your butt.
Right.
So like the back pad ends up here.
Butt is out here.
Yeah, or you're like having to balance, so like it does not feel natural.
Your entire back is on that pad.
Yeah.
And you're getting all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like right.
Michael, you give me a tall up.
Oh, there you go.
Austin, you have right here.
You're good.
I got the extension down there too from like.
Sorry, you just have to see my pasty thighs.
Buddy.
That's great.
I need to be like specific. I got that low one too to show. Which will I sort of people at these different heights. Yes.
Yeah. Meg, you got enough?
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, so that'll be nice when you have
because
the
you're kind
extra.
of like you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's always like,
Yeah.
like I always have to double check myself. I'm like, am I locking it in?
We call it internally. We call it the EDM, engage disengage mechanism.
Yeah.
Because it's like I kept on typing engage dis. I'm like, you know, it's EDM,
Yeah.
not the music, just the thing. So it'll go one more stop higher. You're still gonna have like a little bit of a knee bend. The problem is we'd start to hit upper frame portion, so there's not much more we could do than that.
Yeah.
You get kind of used to this at first. The disengagement method, you just have to kind of find your hands, but the more you use it, the more you get used to it.
Yeah.
So there's even more changes happening from this to the production model.
Wow.
If you watch that, eventually we get into it.
Yeah.
But I'll explain here. I liked the foot plate lip that we had on the pendulum. So I'm gonna keep the area here for your calves, but adding like just a lip on this side and a lip on that side.
Okay,
So if you have a wider squat wedge, you could put
Yeah.
it here and
Cool.
get even more of an angle.
Yep.
Head, I don't like that the head pad comes forward.
Yeah.
It's gonna be flat. It's gonna be in line with the
Okay.
shoulder pads. So this is moving back. That's something that I didn't even notice. I've been posting pictures and teasers on Instagram.
Yep.
And someone's like, hey man, that's not really a natural position for the head. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
Right. The guy sent me like a bunch of messages. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
He drew lines of spinal paths.
Yeah.
And like analyzed it. I'm like, hey, listen, man.
Awesome.
I did an Instagram poll.
Yeah.
And I said, hey guys, I got this idea. What do you guys think? And I think like 100% of people said the head pad should be in line.
Yeah.
You guys know that better than I do. Let's do it. So that's why I'm so thankful that I did the prototype so that I could do all these changes.
Cool.
So that's one of the changes, is that this head pad is going to be in line.
Yep.
We're going to have this additional stop here. We're going to fix that.
Yep.
Foot plate material. This grip tape is nice. You see it's starting to peel off. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a diamond plate and include this as kind of like an option.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can.
I was going to say, because I personally don't like diamond plates because I can feel like the texture.
Yeah, it's if I don't do diamond
durable.
plate, it's just flat.
Yeah.
And if I do this, then it peels off. So it's a very light diamond.
I was going to say,
it's like the pendulum where you have like a diamond, but if you put the grip tape, you start to lose that diamond.
Yeah.
And it's just like a very.
So is that what you are going to do that? Like
exactly like that.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be the grip tape, and then if you want, sorry, the diamond, and if you want, you can put the grip tape on top.
Then that's perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of the goal with that.
Yeah. Plenty of plate storage on.
Yeah. Let me show you something really cool. A tangled mess here, but check this out. So try the machine,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Let's put a little bit of weight.
Hack squat or leg press?
Hack squat. Let's put a little bit of weight on it.
Okay.
Try like a rep or two,
All right.
and then I'm gonna band it.
All right.
Or reverse band it.
Ready?
All right, yeah, go for it. Okay, now wait.
Okay.
All right, now try it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, sorry.
That's something you don't normally feel.
See how different it is getting out of the hole at the bottom? It's kind of assisting you.
Yeah.
So you get that nice deep stretch.
So you're not
but
stuck
then you
down
have a
here.
little bit of help on the way up.
You can probably get some crazy pumps like this.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like a drop set.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You do a
exactly
punch
what
on
I'm
that.
thinking of.
Start banding it.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Cool.
yeah, so you're gonna have to,
Yeah.
but it'll be a little higher on the.
We'll have that. We'll have another setting in the next version.
Yeah, for sure. There are band pegs at the bottom too to go the other way. For safety reasons, I'm just not going to put them. I don't want people tripping over. But once it's in your home, then you kind of know exactly where it is and you figure it out. Another thing is the knurled handles we're going to put here and on the other side.
Okay.
So we're just.
And they come by default, or you have to?
No, everything. I want this machine to just be. It's easier for me.
Yeah.
No options.
Oh my gosh.
You buy it, you get the best, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for taking me around.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, Yoni.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for
Pleasure.
Temple of Gainz
Yeah.
stuff. If you're looking
Thank you.
for any machines, check out the link in the description. Okay.
This guy.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yoni. Appreciate it.
Thank you again.